Yo, testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Dang, that shit it's weird. I heard like a little playback on that real quick. Um, Divine Rising. You already know the vibes. I gave y'all a little rest for a couple days. Ain't want to hit y'all too hard back to back with with divine processes. So to give it like some air to breathe sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Give it like some breathing space. So Supreme Rising, Divine Rising, and all those parts. You know, I've spoken to how frequencies work with everyday circumstances and with my practices and staying within the divine. I actually was able to find a space to where sometimes you get so far in identifying the particular frequencies that the space is you create your own meditative space, like you create your own silence and within existence. Like I be moving through places, and people like they see me but they don't see me. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because I was moving by these dudes and they was looking at me but they wasn't looking at me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was weird, you know what I mean? And I kept moving and then they was just like, oh, like, but I was thinking to myself, like, yo, but they see me though. I was right in front of them, like literally a few feet, but they didn't see me there. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be outside, right? And I'm noticing how frequencies look in different lights. You know what I'm saying? I'm noticing how people move and they are frequencies and like depending on how I'm moving, I create a level of frequency that's acknowledgeable to the retina, right? To a person's existence, right? So that's me opening up my wavelength for acknowledgement, right? So it's crazy, like, cause I be seeing some of the most illest shit. Like, I was gonna tell y'all this the other day, right? But I was like, nah, I ain't gonna say nothing. I was walking, it was like nighttime, you know what I'm saying? Like it's probably like 9:30. So I was walking, right? And I was on this dark street. It's like very few cars or whatever. And then like I got to this part where the street light was, and I noticed out of the left corner of my eye, like a dark spot on the ground. It was like maybe like a circle, probably like this big, you know what I'm saying? But it was dark, like it should have had something there to make that there. And I noticed it, I peeped it, but I know I'm glowing. I'm glowing anyway. Like moths are attracted to me at nighttime, even when I'm in dark spaces. So I know I'm glowing, regardless if I see it or not. Because moths always come at me, right? So I seen this thing that I never seen before. And I seen it with my eyes. And I'm like, yo, I just saw that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. And the shit had wings. It was like my identification in the nighttime said it was green. That could have been that could have been off. You know what I'm saying? But whatever it was, it flew around the back of me like this and it came down. You know what I'm saying? And when it came down and landed on that dark spot, and took that shit up out of there, yo. And I seen what I saw is I saw how it landed and I saw the wings go like this. So I couldn't see what was in the middle of it. It was probably about this big, right? Probably like this big. But it wasn't an insect and it wasn't a bird neither. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause the wings were shaped like They was thick. Like when you look at them, like maybe somebody cut it out of rubber, like a rubber sheet or something. Like somebody cut it out of it was kind of thick, like you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, that's weird looking. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I saw the whole thing, like, and me, the way I be moving, I move nonchalant. I move like I'm the flyest walker on the planet. Like you can't tell me nothing about my walk. I be floating. You know what I'm saying? Like I be gliding when I step. You know what I'm saying? Like so I be moving and I be in my head. Sometimes I'll be like, if I ain't got my headphones on music, I'll be playing music in my head. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll project values of my thoughts outward to entertain my walk. That's just shit that I do, right? So when I saw this, I was in motion and I just kind of like midway stop and like not even the pause. I just got like slowed it down my step and I was watching this take place and that's how fast it happened. You know what I'm saying? That's how fast it happened. Me slowing down my step and looking, and then that's how fast it took place. And I was like, yo, that's crazy right there. The shit just grabbed whatever it grabbed and it flew off. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, that's illy right there. Look at that. So I just kept walking. You know what I'm saying? I just kept walking. Like it was like not even a real full stop. It was like a and then I started back again. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But I did look at it for the relevance of what that was, and I kept moving. And I thought about it most of the walk. Like I thought about that. That was like one of my main thoughts for a minute. I laughed about it a lot. I was like, yo, that's crazy right there. Yo, I know I just saw what I saw, yo. Like, you feel me? So it is what it is. But yeah, that was dope right there. And I was like, yo, I saw what it took and everything. I know what that was. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope. Anyway, the unseen world is something that has to be studied, especially for me. You know what I mean? Like I don't have any particular vibrations that allow me to connect to it unless it like shows itself to me, right? So I deal with the frequencies because that's more tangible as far as within this dimensional aspect, like who we are as individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like within this aspect, I can still deal with frequencies. You know what I'm saying? So and you can feel frequencies. Frequencies is weighted like wind. You know what I'm saying? And differentiate. So that means like in smaller levels of like if you ever felt like a brush of wind, like maybe one hair on your arm moving and you think it's a bug, but it's really wind blowing that one hair on your arm. Like I don't know if anybody's ever experienced that before, but like I'll look at shit like that. I'll watch that. I'll stare at it, be like, yo, that must be where is it coming? Where's this one? Going like this right now and I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just weird. So a lot of little experiences and little nuances, they teach you how to pick up on values that are smaller because your body can measure up to smaller values. Like you use a ruler, right? You use a ruler, you use scales, and you got to use like the different sizes to get the increment value of your measurements. So indifferent to space and stuff like that, look how close the hairs are to each other. That's an actual distance. Look how close the lines in the skin are together. That's an actual distance. Like look how the space in between your fingers are. Those are distances. You know what I'm saying? Like your body is a measurement within itself. It can measure things within itself. You have arm notches, wrist notches, shoulder length, you know what I'm saying? Like leg length. Like you have your measurements within yourself. You know what I'm saying? So divine created us in ways that where we can use our understanding of self in the most powerful ways. You know what I mean? So having that as a particular way of thinking, I gauge all my senses. Like when I'm moving through different like times of the day, like my senses be on fire. Like I'm listening to everything. I'm looking at all the lights, like the sounds. Like I pick up on everything and I start to see it like a graph. Like I'm seeing energy and shit move around like a graph. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. Like I'd be like, yo, this shit is crazy. You know what I mean? I was by this one building one night and they was having a party by this building, right? And there was a lot of people in there, but it was mostly like, I guess, I don't know, but they was loud. You know what I'm saying? The way they was in the party, like the sound that was coming off it, it hit me different. It didn't sound human. What I know is a bunch of humans in there, right? But it didn't sound human. The sound sounded like, I can't really explain it, but it wasn't like what it sounds like to have a gathering of people. You know what I'm saying? It was aggressed. It was like, yeah, 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 yeah. It was weird, yo. Like, and it was constant like that. And I know people were talking, but the collective amount of the sound together was going, yeah, 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 yeah. And I'm like, what the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was a real crazy feeling to actually listen to that. You know what I mean? I started to record it, but then something told me don't carry that frequency. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my barriers was even like feeling that. I was like, yo, that's different right there. And it was like it's like I walked by that building what 2 times since they had that gathering over there or whatever. And it was like real nasty afterwards. Like it just stayed nasty. Like, and I was like, see, they still ain't even pick up whatever the stuff that was out there and stuff. Like it's just like soiled, like a bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody just like messed it up. You know what I'm saying? Like shit all over the place. Like, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy because the sound sounded demonic to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it just sounded like a bunch of demons saying the same thing. That's what it sounded like to me. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. It was crazy, yo. Like, and it actually had that particular. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't want to speculate on it, but it was weird. I was like, yo, look at that. It's like, yo, look at that. That's crazy right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But once again, they don't never see me. You know, so I could be standing right to next to them, and people be like, they don't really see me unless I'm like, move, stretch or something, and they like, oh, excuse me, like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird. You know what I mean? But I notice a lot of energies, yo, a lot of things that are taking place, even shifts within people. You know what I'm saying? You can see the shift. You can see how the sun is affecting people in particular ways. You can see how people are using their mind to try to hold on to what they believe reality is, and they're gonna fight against it because most people don't comprehend what these things are that are taking place. You know what I mean? So this is I it's crazy when you start to actually get an opportunity to comprehend the value of lack of knowledge, how sad and divine would be from the depths of his people for lack of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? However that quote goes, don't hold me, but just trying to revel in that essence for a moment. Um, Lack of knowledge, and like we always want to comprehend the value to how we see things, like what we believe it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like this has to be how it's gonna turn out. It has to turn out this way. This must be what this these things mean. Well, and I tried to break it down in the easiest way. And I know, like my job has been done. I really ain't got to do nothing but focus on me. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, but I've given out so much knowledge and so many videos, and I want to continue this post. I want to stand on this post and continue to give or be a lighthouse for people who want to walk in that direction. You know what I mean? So, um, you know, it's so many little things, yo. There's so many little things in between how you're supposed to handle these understandings and how they come in and actually getting a full depth, complete understanding on what it is. Like most people just have these conversations and they're not looking at it as you're literally talking on the unseen value. A lot of the unseen value, these are not normal conversations. These are just particulars that are being manifested from stories and then cross reference with the minds of people. Well, Divine is literally showing people in real time, and the veil is going to get even thinner, and you're going to start seeing things that's going to have you like, you know what's crazy? And I remember this right here. Like, I don't know how many people grew up through the 80s, right? I was born in 79. So the first TV I was seeing was, New Edition, dancing as kids, you know what I'm saying, on TV. Like, I remember commercials like Crazy Eddie, you know what I'm saying? They always stood out. But the world TV back then was different, yo. It was like people, I don't know, the value was way different. So the belief system is different. How people perceive things are different right now. You know what I mean? But you can't like back in the day they would show you crazy shit too. They would show you like how the stories was or how a Credible Hulk TV show was, or you know what I'm saying? They even had a real life Spider-Man TV show when I was a kid. People don't even remember that. Like it was like a TV show. You know what I'm saying? And Spider-Man would be climbing all over the walls. My point for saying all this is back then they would put the fear level of how things would be right in your face. It was like they didn't have no way to illustrate it high definition and cartoonize it. It was just like actors, you know what I'm saying? So you would see it and you'd be like, man, that's crazy right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this, how she running and falling all over the place, you know what I'm saying? And screaming. They were like, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, that's what they promoted to people, right? So you just start thinking about these values and what people hold on to and what they believe, and then the energies that they deal with, and then you cross reference that with the time and space that we're dealing with today, and then the unseen and the hidden things that people don't know that's literally right in their face, things that are being cloaked and invisible. You know what I'm saying? They showed you that in the Predator. Things that can make themselves invisible and stand right next to you. Spirits and different animals. I seen a, and this when I first came to, so I first came to Colombia years ago. Like when I first moved. Now, no matter of fact, it wasn't when I first came here. I had been here before, but the first time I ever like literally moved up here, you know what I'm saying, like to be out here or whatever. Like I don't know, I say like 9 years ago, maybe something around that. No, 7 years maybe. Anyway, um, I seen something. I don't know what the hell it was. Like I went up under the driveway or whatever, and I was like smoking a blunt. And it was raining and shit, right? And then something told me to look to the left, and I looked over my shoulder, and there's like a backyard, somebody else's backyard, and then somebody else's backyard, and they both was fenced in. But in the other person's backyard, it was on the fence under the street, like so it was like standing on the fence, had knees and everything, it had ears pointed up, and it was small, it looked like a goblin. Without wings. Like I'm straight up. It looked just like a goblin. It had the glowing eyes and all that. And the shit looked was like looking at this house. You know what I'm saying? And I seen it. And when I seen it and recognized what it was looking at and what it was, I slowly it was like the intention was I could stare at it and get eye contact with it or look away before it noticed I was looking at it and let it be on this energy, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. I chose not to look at it because I knew it was going to see me or feel me looking at it because my energy's strong. So I was like, if I look at it, it's going to know that I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? So I saw that thing, whatever it was. You know what I mean? Like, so it like ran off. I even heard the fence shake when it jumped off the fence and jumped on the people's house. It was like on the people's roof or whatever. So I just kind of didn't look over there no more. Like I've seen so many different things, yo, and I ain't gonna give y'all 1,000 stories on all the shit I saw. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is things like this always been happening. You know what I'm saying? And I know my power is, or the type of energy I have is the stillest, the calmest I am being still. It starts removing the veil from around me. So I started seeing all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like picking up on types of vibes. You know what I mean? And being aware of all types of things that's going on. And I don't think the world is actually ready for that yet. I know people are gonna have to deal with it, but whether y'all know it or not, you're already in it. Like groups of people are already being affected by the value and don't even know that their energy was so weak that they're walking around with demons in them right now. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. And you're gonna start seeing gatherings of people be as if that value is strong. And then it's not them. They're just a weak vessel, like a passageway for that. You know what I'm saying? So hope y'all ready because the 3 days of darkness is coming soon. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of energy that's taking place. You know what I mean? Like, so it ain't like I've been talking about this shit for years, yo. Like people like, darkness, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, it's gonna get real. A lot of those stories you heard is gonna happen now. You know what I'm saying? But with all that being said, you already know the values. You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta be prepared and be on your ish. You know what I'm saying? Like so. And me personally, I've been doing a lot more like sun meditation and sitting still and working out and just doing right, like eating right, trying to eat better, you know what I'm saying, and get better sleep, you know what I mean, if I can. Like, despite my situation, like it's hard to get the proper rest, but I take advantage when I can. And majority of the time it's like right in the sun. Like I love it. I'll be like, ah, you know what I'm saying? So it's all good. But despite anything, keep divine first in your life. You know what I'm saying? Keep divine first in everything you do. You know what I'm saying? And be guided by that self, that divine awareness, that self awareness. You know what I'm saying? Be guided by the right understanding that's showing itself to you all the time first. Don't be afraid to do the right thing. That's what divine gonna help you at. You know what I'm saying? And everybody make mistakes, but everybody gotta fix their mistakes too. So you get a chance to, you know, fix your mistakes, and that's the pathway. Listen, the reason why this is an energetic thing for people to mend the wounds that they mess up, or at least attempt to plant the seed to the value, right? Is because that's where your direction changes. So when you're going in another direction, and that direction has never served you, but you're constantly making bad headway, you have to go back, right? That's going back up the same road you kind of went back, and then you go to a veer off. That veer off was where you should have did something right. That's where you left that vein that might have dried up because there wasn't no life in it, and you go back to that vein and you put life in it. So when you put life in that vein, whether or not that serves the purpose or not, you fixing what you stop feeding in that particular value, it starts to grow that vein, and that frequency can now flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, so then you create another road. This is DNA probability. A lot of people don't understand, like, your mind's supposed to be able to think on so many different wavelengths to one circumstance. You know what I mean? Like, how many options do you how many options are you clear with understanding within a circumstance or something that you're dealing with? How many options are available, or do you just have tunnel vision and you go through life aimlessly just doing dumb shit? You know what I'm saying? Like most people do, they just go through life and they just do this one thing and they get through that. And then you know what I'm saying? Like it's like that's all you do. You don't got no sustenance about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it speaks to values. It speaks to values about a lot of individuals. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could be a person to tell somebody what to do and never do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't live a life of understanding of things I don't put true work in. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I do, I actually do it. Everything I speak of, I actually do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to a point to where I can mass produce something for you guys because I got like creations I've made and shit like that. So they don't exist on this earth. Nobody made them. I made them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know as soon as I put it out, somebody gonna be like, "Oh my god, let's make our own." You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm trying to be like easy with it. You know what I'm saying? But I like people who got arthritic issues and stuff like that. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got you. Fast relief, yo. You know what I'm saying? You get like those cramps and shit. I got you. Fast relief. Yo. You be like, yo, that went away quick. Like, yup, just rub that on there. Back up. Good to go. All natural, baby. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I got some other stuff, yo. I just can't put the work into it right now. I need my laboratory. You know what I'm saying? Like a hood scientist. I've been like that. My my homeboy up in North, he used to be like, yo, you the mad scientist, son. He'd be like, nah, cause you always got these little things around, all this little stuff. I'm like, what the hell you talking about, little stuff? He's like, nah, I'm just saying, yo, you always got this going on, that going on. You got this over here, little project over there. He's like, you just always got these little things going on. I'm like, you a mad scientist, yo. Like, the niggas always wanted to come burn with me because they know I was rolling up something exclusive. It's funny thoughts, yo. Funny thoughts. You know what I'm saying? On my past or whatever. And I love being myself. I love being me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the dope thing. Like, cause I never get a chance to pull all the facets out of what I am. You know what I'm saying? But when I get a chance to do that, I started showing other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's fun because it's like I got so many trunks inside of me. You know what I'm saying? You know what a trunk is? A trunk is like something you open that you've been storing a bunch of shit in. You know what I'm saying? Like I got like 1,000 trunks, you know what I'm saying, and libraries and storages and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you already know the vibes. I ain't gonna hold y'all, yo. I just wanted to come show my face because I know it's been a couple days or a day that I haven't showed my face fully. You know what I'm saying? And sat down and talk with y'all, and I want to keep it. I want to keep the space where it's supposed to be with us. So don't think I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing something. I'm wrapped up. Nah, it ain't none of that. I'm just probably putting some energy into me. You know what I'm saying? Like majority of the time, or trying to anyway. So that's what it's always about. I'm always gonna be because I'm an introvert. You don't find me with a bunch of people unless people need my help. So when I do go around people, that's what I'm doing. I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing out knowledge. So besides me sitting and spending time with the universe and the sun, you catch me in crowds of people dropping knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. I don't never record it because I don't think it's a need to. Maybe I should record one or two. I don't know. I might not. I don't be thinking it's a need to prove what I do out in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes different energies pull you because they need that understanding. And once you bring that understanding, you alleviate a lot of things that possibly could have happened. You know what I mean? So that's like mostly what my energy deals with. You know what I mean? Like I'm always in a nice place to give the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like I always find myself in a nice place to get the knowledge. You know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm up out of here, man. It's not one.